Hey guys, it's Loveless, and welcome to my reading on Jenny's natal chart part 2, just continuing where I left off. Naturally, there are a few indicators of potential high success and fame in her chart. She's been on a successful TV show for years, which I consider a big feat, and has an unusually eminent life. Mars is very powerful in this chart, giving her an upper leg in what she sets out to accomplish, and bringing the indications I'm about to mention to greater heights. The planet which rules the 10th house of potential fame, the Sun, is in her first house. Notoriety is brought directly to her. The planet Uranus, representing the masses and public attention, sits in the 10th house of fame. And fame associated with foreign affairs is again the powerful Mars in Scorpio, the planet that represents her as a person. That is to mean there is a direct connection between Jenny and her being famous for her tumultuous life in India. Another minor suggestion, or maybe not so minor, is Pluto, the other planet that represents Jenny, sitting inside the 10th house of potential fame. Her eminence, or power, comes from the sign Scorpio, meaning the success that she achieves is not for the faint of heart, and she will need to fight to earn it. The moon and the sun, however, bring weakness to this otherwise powerful position, showing at times things will get very tough. What these planets represent will be a great source of strife. She will have hardship, particularly emotionally. The blessings come with curses. Jenny has great power within her, however, and ultimately, I believe she will succeed. Her t-shirt says here, "Be in control, stay infinite, do not lose sight." That phrase definitely speaks of Mars and Scorpio energy to me. Let us look further though at the dark energy surrounding her, the source of life troubles. Sumit's family is the sun in this chart, as the sun rules Sumit's family house, and I also conclude that the sun is Sumit's father. Remember I mentioned the sun being a source of challenge for her foreign affairs earlier? The sun isn't doing too well in this chart. This is a family on the edge with her and unstable in their feelings towards her. The word crisis comes to mind. With the sun having this negative energy in Scorpio, at times they are downright vicious. As a benefit to Jenny, ultimately, Sumit's family will submit to her, but they will be a constant nuisance and a source of negativity, unhappy subjects in her queendom. If you're wondering why I'm confident in this, they will submit to her because Mars has rulership over their planets. As a metaphor, they are a guest in Jenny's home and world, despite the circumstances. The sun is joined to the Arabic part, loneliness. Could this be saying how Sumit's family is a source of loneliness for Jenny? It is also joined to several other Arabic parts. Sumit's parents hold Jenny and Sumit captive with their disapproval, and Sumit's parents feel Jenny is holding Sumit captive with the age difference of the relationship and wasting his time. Kings and what kind of work the native does seems to point to how Jenny makes money through the drama between her and Sumit's parents, and a hint towards success in doing so. Fertility and abundance of good in the home, I feel, is a reference to how Sumit's parents are unhappy that Jenny is unable to have children, and do not think she is able to take care of the home. Pluto is in Sumit's family house, representing a source of turmoil. Jenny is Pluto in this chart, and thus, Jenny is the source of turmoil for his family. Pluto is in Virgo. This says to me that they are very critical of her, do not favor a relationship for love over a relationship that makes sense to them, and have concern towards her inability to have children. The 12th house, as I see it, is a house of struggle and spirituality obtained through such struggles. Venus rules the 12th house here, as it would for anyone born with Scorpio rising in traditional astrology. This means that for Jenny, relationships will be a great challenge in this life, a vulnerability, but an opportunity for great spiritual growth. The south node, the dragon's tail, lies right at the 7th house cusp. This is the marker of damage. This means bad luck and trouble in general is brought to her relationships, but this is perhaps again an opportunity for spiritual growth. The moon, which is her foreign affairs, is in Scorpio. This is the worst position for the moon in the zodiac and brings very traumatic experiences abroad. This is worsened by the influence from the sun that I've mentioned, and with the moon in a square aspect to Pluto. As Mars in Scorpio, Jenny is tenacious and a force to be reckoned with. The one Achilles heel for her is the emotional distress she has dealing with Sumit's family. They are very stubborn and will be extremely slow to change their ways. Jenny really does have the most power in the situation, and Sumit's family ultimately will submit to her in her hold on their son. However, Sumit's parents will be unhappy subjects in her court and cause trouble for her. Jenny is a very stubborn Scorpio and really wants to do what she wants to do. It would be best if Jenny did try to compromise. While she's open-minded, ultimately she is not crazy about Indian traditions that I think she feels puts her in a weaker submissive position that Mars and Scorpio simply couldn't tolerate. Her stubbornness is part of the issue, but it's certainly understandable with how she's been treated. If people were constantly insulting me and about my age, I wouldn't want to listen much to them myself. Her other Achilles heel is squandering money. Much of her money gets wasted on the drama in India. I'm still watching the show, and as of recent episodes, it seemed like Sumit's parents are trying to squash the beef. We'll see what happens.